organized. I'm not gonna say that anymore.
Dr. Surgeon, the people's doctor.
Dr. Surgeon, the people's doctor, Ulric, and myself, we're gonna go over something it's a clip. So the context, we kind of know what the context is, that people are gonna release clips and make a lot of money, and not just release the whole thing so that everyone needs to stay relevant. Why don't you press play on that?
1% of the world are placed in power and 99% of the world are the audience. So that 1% of the world, this idea of the United Nations, this is the world that needs to come together. This is the world that, here's the obvious go-to. Biden doesn't listen to Elon Musk. The president of the United States does not have meetings with Elon Musk. That is fucking, hey, here, come get me. That's fucking retarded. I know I'm not supposed to say that, Biden, but that's fucking retarded, Biden. And and obviously because I've been dealing with mental health, all this, I have the right to use whatever words that I like to use.
That's interesting. So
ask another question.
Well, yeah, let me ask you on that. So you just said something very inflammatory about President Biden. It will, as you know, offend a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it will particularly offend people who work in mental health. You say you should not use a word like retarded. But you say that because you yourself have had mental health issues.
So that's one clip. They're slowly releasing clip after clip after clip. So,
It's an interesting strategy.
what's your take on this, Doc? The people's doctor?
I don't know. I'm taking it in, and I'm wondering, there has to be more to it than that. Like, in other words, we were talking earlier. You mentioned about some contract that the U.S. government has given.
Are you messing my whole part up? That's why you can't discuss things before you press
That's
play,
true.
before
But,
you press record. But go ahead.
But you'll go into that. But the idea is that, there's more to it with what he's talking about. He must know something that we wouldn't know, or talking to him in a certain type of way that he's not talking. So he's calling that out. And the way he's doing it, he's so very expressive about it, like he knows that you're not talking to him. Why you're not talking to him? You're being whatever, and using derogatory term or something that will catch the lines that's going to catch more attention, or he says something outlandish, so more people are going to hear this. But the singing song in the background is like, yo, so what's happening? What is he said all these different things.
Well, yeah, the first thing he said was, I think I heard was 99% of the people are the audience, and 1% of the people in the world are in control. But I think he said the opposite. I think he said 99% of the world is in control, and 1% of the world is the audience. So can we play that back that one time just to clarify?
Please.
That really would give me some insight into what the hell he was trying to get at.
There's, 1% of the world are placed in power and 99% of the world are the audience.
All right, gotcha. All right, so that's clear. So that makes sense. That's a pretty clear and straightforward statement. I think that's something it's not necessarily a new idea. That's something like I think we're in kind of understanding it. So I now when this whole video just sums up, this is him attacking Joe Biden. Now, I'm curious at what his place is, and what is his role, and why is he allowed to be so salacious and have such a platform, being so controversial, like as opposed to someone like even an Alex Jones. Kanye West is Alex Jones for weeks, week after week after week after week.
Right.
But we still hear about Kanye West constantly. It's not hidden what Kanye West said. In fact, it's spoke about on maybe CBS News or Good Morning America or what have you. Now,
You
the
talking
only
about
thing, yeah.
You talking about the fact that people have said, you know, those type of things about Biden before?
No. Wait. What was the last thing I just said?
No, you was talking about, you know, how folks get away with that type of stuff.
Oh yeah. How Kanye West seems to have a certain leeway, and I don't think it has anything to do with his mental health, because I think people with mental health issues who kind of say crazy things are almost more shut down than Kanye. Kanye West is not only allowed to put forth his mental health issues of how people deem it, because I don't think it's mental health issues. I don't think somebody with mental health issues could be this calculated. But I don't think people. Kanye West has is being excused. Kanye West's mental issues are almost being ridiculed in public. So if it was mental health issues, it wouldn't be okay in public to make fun of him and call him almost crazy. Because if you have mental, it's not okay to call somebody. You know, he's calling someone retarded. If Kanye West really have mental health issues, and he really does have anything along with multiple personalities or any schizoid affective disorder, calling him crazy is as bad as Kanye West calling anybody in the world retarded.
Now, you said something earlier that was pretty interesting, and you were kind of getting the clarity, but it's almost, you know, truth in both if we really recognize it. So the common thing that everybody kind of agree with is, you know, this 1% that like really controls and 99% of the world's audience. But what you said is 99% of people actually, they the one that have the power.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they really don't recognize that. So it's like,
Is he saying that?
no, he's not saying.
I mean, I
that,
agree
but
with
he
that. I
said
agree with that.
He
See, I
said-
agree with that sentiment. Let's see where he's going with that.
I say that Ye is full of shit. I say that Ye is not even a puppet. No. I see Ye as a rich billionaire who was able to get money off of every product that was sold and made billions, the way most companies like Michael Jackson made 1 billion, but Sony made 100 billion off of him. So I don't even think he made 1 billion. He just made 400 million, 500 million, but they made 20 billion. So he's able to tap into that and get that kind of money. And now that he has that kind of money, he's talking a lot of SHIT. And let me just say this. Tesla has been receiving billions of dollars from the United States government in the defense of the United States of America. Everything from their batteries to what else? You name it. Whatever these government agencies need from a person that can put a rocket up into the air or the stratosphere. Let's not play that game, but that's a story for another time. And he's getting billions of dollars a year is going through Tesla. So what I like to tell Kanye is that I know you listen to what people tell you, and you have trusted people around you that can verbalize what's going on in the world, and you can take this information and dissect it with your brain that is supposed to be so amazing. But what you also need to be able to do is read. You also need to be able to understand that this president that you think needs to have a conversation with someone, you just are out of your mind to believe that the president of the United States of America and not Congress is running this country. That's where you're lost. The president doesn't have this power that you think that he's going to just grab this person from this studio who's making the best buttons and this person over here who knows how to make unstructured without Kanye, his big thing is they don't use any patterns. You put the pattern down on the material, you cut the material, you sew the material. Kanye West is like, no, cut the material, sew the material, the hell with the pattern. We don't need a pattern. I'm Kanye West. And we're gonna make 150 garments and 45 of them are gonna be different than the other 45 because there was a different person that was cutting that time. They're not using any Patterns. At least this is what I was told by somebody who was hired to make patterns and then got the job from Kanye West, and he told her, no, we're not going to do it like that. We're going to do it like this. But he paid her so much money, she didn't even care. Then he fired her after about 9 months. But she made more money in the 9 months than she would have ever made in 4 or 5 years. So she wound up having a baby, buying a house, having a great family, and she's living her life somewhere in Texas now. One of my old clients. But my point is that DARPA is in direct communication with Elon Musk and Tesla. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. Or like they say in over the pond, brev. What are you talking about, brev? Come on, brev. I'm over Kanye West, man. He's a spoiled rich brat. He's getting a lot of attention for his distractions.
I don't disagree. So I don't fully disagree with you. So I will say this: I do think Kanye West is calculated in so much as he knows him being controversial and him being salacious and him openly being critical of Joe Biden is not something that he woke up and the power of the Lord compelled him to get up and do. This was something he thought about. He probably had a conversation about it. I'm speculating to an extent, but I feel like he had a conversation with more people. I think Kanye West is more calculated than we think. But I do think that Kanye West, I think he does believe in the things he says. I do think I think
that's like an excuse, man.
I'm saying what I'm saying is
like he's a bumbling idiot, but he believes in his idiocy.
I'm not saying the things he's. I mean, I believe in the not the art. Forget about the art, the future of art that he wants to put forth. I think I do believe I believe in his political leanings. I think that he truly feels that way, and I don't think, in terms of his support of Trump or his disdain for the Democrats, I don't think that stuff is contrived. I think the ways he's presenting and going about with it is meant in the best way to benefit him. But I do genuinely think that he does feel the way he does when it comes to policy, and he has the same fears that a lot of the rest of us has. He just happens to be a billionaire, according to him, which
Oh, he's a billionaire. He made money off of every sneaker sold, over everything sold. He made, even if it was $1. It's not like they hired him to design and they're gonna give him some sort of commission at the end of each quarter. No. This guy
he took it to the top.
He took it. He got $1 off of every, whatever it was. He got money off of every shoe made.
Right.
And these shoes cost like $7 to make each one.
So with that said,
if that.
So with that said, we know he's talented. We know he's done these different things. So I'm saying, is it possible that he's just so uninformed?
I don't know. I
don't think he's really that uninformed. I'd like to say that, he's smarter than that. So he's saying something else. I agree with you with the whole idea that he has the ability to know what's going to catch attention. All these artists are good at that. 50, all of them talk about having to say something that's going to catch the people's ear at the moment, and they're going to tune in. So now, was this that purpose, or was he saying something else within it? So I'm finding it hard to believe, is he just, he's spoiled and all those type of things, because that's a high price to pay for attention and to try to be spoiled. I feel there's something else.
Well, he did say he's mentally ill.
Well, yeah. So he did say that. So the thing is, you know what? We get to choose when we decide for him to be mentally ill, and then as a mentally ill person, he can say whatever he wants to say, and he could talk it out. Now you get a chance to listen to that and say whether or not that's the mentally ill part, or he's trying to say something that he knows about that he knows most people don't know about.
But I think what allows him to maintain his platform. And now he's saying he's losing concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah, taking away concerts, taking away shows. Yeah.
But he's still openly
speaking.
Yeah, and speaking and even talked about in like more or less prime time shows, he's still like relevant. And like when I compare him to other people, what about Kanye makes him an asset? I think I'm more interested in because no, I don't know. No matter how he's benefited, no matter how he's benefits him, I don't know if he knows whether or not this is benefiting him. I think he believes he's benefiting him, and I think sometimes he hits and misses. I think he gets lucky and he just tries, and he's gonna keep on shooting for the moon.
That's where I totally disagree with you. I think Kanye sits in a room like this and has the conversation with himself, or a person is prepping Kanye for this idiocy. Kanye is not at the whim. There are times where I look at these interviews and I think he stops to get instructions through the earpiece. And I'm not talking about some sort of governmental conspiracy where they are picking Kanye for the distraction. No, Kanye is making his own distraction. He is got enough money to afford to have that earpiece where somebody is listening to what he's saying, corrects him in the middle of what he's saying, keeps him on track with this lunacy. And I also think that he believes the president has power and the president is making decisions. I don't think that this is some sort of ploy by the establishment to have us believing that there's a right and a left and a red and a blue. You know how they've been promoting the red versus the white, the donkey versus the elephant or whatever. All these ways for people to pick sides. No. This is total rogue experience that we're seeing here. Totally rogue.
Okay, so I know,
rogue.
I understand why you disagree with me. When I said shoot for the moon, earlier I said he was calculated, and those two terms contradict each other. What I meant by shoot for the moon, I mean, when he's saying something, he has no idea if it's going to get positive reinforcement or negative reinforcements. I don't think he knows whether or not there's going to be, I think something in in him talking about Jews, I think he thought somehow that had the potential of not necessarily canceling him. I thought that he thought that had the potential of it resonating with people and gaining some kind of thing. Yes. But I think both ways, he shoots for the moon, in which he doesn't know if it's going to be good or it's going to be positive or negative for him. But I still think he's calculating, which he still knows that him being controversial is going to serve him in general. I don't think he knows where his controversy is going to land him in hot water or it's going to make him into a hero. I think on some level he wants to be a hero. So I think some of the stuff he's saying.
Yes, he wants to be a hero. He wants to be remembered. He wants to be martyred. He wants the world to think that he's this open, woke, intelligent, the most fascinating mind of our era. No, we're not. We're dealing with a guy who was able to win at this music and designing game, and he has so much money. And when you're a billionaire, it's the money is working for you. It's like me. I have a few cool ETFs that are paying me dividends. ETFs in the stock market that's paying me dividends, and I feel this sense of comfort. Yeah, I do, but my short term is a little loose.
Someone in the comments was acronym help us out.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is just that there is a little bit of comfort in me knowing that I have some dividends coming in every quarter. That feels great. You have to understand, it takes $2,740 a day to make $1 million. Kanye West is getting that a minute from all the moves he's made. It's a different sense of cockiness you're going to get from a person who's obviously a narcissist. I mean, obviously wants the attention, and he can now fund it himself.
But I was going to say, you don't think Kanye teeters on the point where something can potentially further launch him and something could potentially like drop him off, like actually.
Oh, he's a risk taker, of course.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think so. He's calculated to an extent in which he knows what gets him attention, but he's not calculating in the sense where he doesn't know what's going to get him where he's going. That's why I don't think like Kanye, the sitting in a room thing. I do think that there's those meetings in the room, but I think he vetoes them at the last minute. Within 2 seconds of it, they probably had to talk. They probably all shook hands. Probably gave high fives like, "This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna make. This is how we're gonna market." And then on the last minute, Kanye West would just do something else. So I think he's like, I think.
Oh yes.
I do
Sure.
think he ultimately
I'm sure.
trusts. So he's genuine in that. I feel like he ultimately trusts himself fully. I don't think he fully can be controlled. But I do think some of his behavior, he does. That's right. He really is he is kind of fascinating. In which it's hard to really pinpoint if he's truly, because he does seem in ways contrived and fake, and like he's just doing this for the camera. But some of the chances he take, it was like you couldn't have. This is just a dumb career move. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it, but let me just say this real quick. Doc, I hope I'm not stopping you. Are you marinating on something right now?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I've been thinking, I'm listening to both of you guys and what you guys are saying, and something is kind of like just, keep resounding in my mind, with this whole thing. But go ahead.
What I was gonna say was I think his beef is with Harvey Levin, the guy from TMZ. That's the mafioso guy he's talking about. It's a personal attack against him, but he doesn't have a problem with adding everyone else in the room because he's willing to take that chance. Like me, the comfort that I feel with a little bit of money that I got coming in every quarter, this man has more comfort and he don't mind. But I think he's.
But how do we know? How do we know Malcolm X was genuine? How do we know Malcolm X was genuine?
We don't.
I think when he called out, what people believe that he got killed for was calling out the hidden actions of the Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah, but the problem with that is if we look into it, man, why he do that for? That was unacceptable. He was crying about a house. Malcolm X was mad that they took his house. So he went and he started, I'm gonna tell on y'all. You knew this was going on from day one. This was not a mystery. He only said something when they took his house. That's what it was.
Wait,
he was.
I don't know about that story. The
Elijah Muhammad, they evicted him.
They evicted Malcolm X.
They evicted Malcolm X from the home that he was given. And because Malcolm
Because
he had no money,
Because I thought
he only had enough money to take care of his kids. He didn't.
But I believe he started speaking out against them, and he started being more combative. Forget the Mecca trip. I'm sorry, him being more like critical.
Yeah, because they tried to sit him down. They said we're going to suspend you just for a minute, but he wouldn't let it go. I respect the man, but let me just tell you, on paper, it was real sucker shit he did. It was real, and what did Elijah, what did the honorable say? And if we did do it, what's it your business? That's what he told his own Malcolm X daughter. The honorable Elijah Muhammad said, and if we did do it,
I'm talking about
what is it your
It's
business?
only because it contradicts his particular principles.
Yeah, I get it, but let's see what the doctor. Let's see what the doctor. Yeah, the minister. The minister said, and if we did do it, what's it your damn business? We do what we do. Like it was on paper, towards the last part, it was straight snitching. It was snitching.
Only on premium black dudes they hear Malcolm X be snitching. That's what
we respect and love the man. I respect and I love the man. But it was snitching at the end. It was like chatty patty. Dude, we all know that this man got these youngins lined up. They right there in the first row, second row, and third row.
Because I don't think he knew.
That's propaganda.
I don't think he knew.
Let's not pedestalize an adult man.
We don't
Come
know.
on, you gotta come.
Honestly, don't know what's going on with that stuff.
Right.
And especially those type of historical data, and especially when we have those type of, in-betweens, the information we get, we just don't know.
That's a fact. Yeah, because let's go back to
With
Malcolm
the
X.
FBI playing along those two groups saying one letter and they thinking the other one is saying something that the other one is
Yeah.
not saying, and then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
might come out with
Yeah.
pistols.
You know where Malcolm X got shot, right? The Audubon.
I know the
They have the BBQs. Is right. The BBQ restaurant is right underneath that. Right now, right there, where's across from the BBQs on 168th Street?
What's across from?
What's across from the BBQs on 168th Street and Broadway? Think
I'm
about
very
it.
unobservant.
You're from that neighborhood, dude. Think
I'm
about
time
it.
out.
Stop.
I'm from north of that neighborhood.
All right. Think about it for 1 second.
All right.
You never go to the BBQs in that area?
I go to the BBQs in that area.
What's across the street from the BBQs in that area?
The Columbia Presbyterian.
Exactly.
It was right.
They never said that though. None of that Malcolm X stuff you read. That he was literally across the street from the where?
Columbia Presbyterian.
Columbia Presbyterian. The emergency room was directly across the street. Nobody talk about that.
I mean,
Nobody says, they say that they was blowing air in his lungs while he was on the stage and that's what helped kill him. Nobody said they didn't pick his ass up and take him across the street.
they got him with the shotgun though. That wasn't no baby gun.
But you still do that. You still carry
You still carry your man across the street.
I'm just saying. No,
You
I'm not.
wait for
I'm not
the
talking about
ambulance
carrying.
to come?
I'm not talking about carrying him across the street. I'm just saying it wasn't like it was,
These were all these
the
stories
blown
that
air.
real
was-
funny.
I'm saying it wasn't
real funny style.
it was-
That he was literally directly across the street from Columbia Presbyterian, and I've checked out the records, the historic records. The emergency room was right there.
Oh, look. I believe it. I believe there's a potential for.
How you don't pick your man up and take him across? You wait for the ambulance to come, and did you see the body that was on the gurney? Come on, that was a very dead person on that.
I mean,
There was some rigor mortis in that body. They took across that street, but they don't even show them taking across the street. They put him in the damn. I don't know about this part. I don't know if they put him in the ambulance, but they had the ambulance there and they were rushing him to the.
So they talk. All right. So it sounds like you talk about people whether or not we believe in his principle. So we talk about whether or not
Right.
Kanye West is really principle, whether Malcolm X principle.
Right.
Do you think Martin Luther King was real? Do you think he was genuine? Do you think he was principled?
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
he started.
exactly.
You know this from MoFax. You know this from MoFax. Stop.
That
You're
wasn't
messing
what I was-
with me.
that wasn't-
I introduced you to
that's not what I
MoFax
was-
over this
That's
episode.
not what I was going to talk about.
All right.
MoFax is a great show.
Yeah. MoFax has a show about Martin Luther King. I'll try to put it. I'll put it in the description. And if you see MoFax with Adam Curry about Martin Luther King, you will understand this man a little differently than they ever portrayed him. And we're not talking about the infidelity thing. None of that stuff. We're just talking about how Martin Luther King's family was the Joel Osteens of the black community of their time. Ouch. Martin Luther King's wife was, her mother and father owned the biggest, richest. These people were filthy. We talking about money. Like Kanye. It takes money to get out of the matrix.
He was raised in China. He was raised in China. That's it. I mean, not raised in China. He did something that it's not regular for any child coming up from a poor neighborhood where he got a chance to live. I don't know how long he lived there. What was the deal? How long he lived
His father was like best friends with the Nixons and all. Whatever the case is, we ain't gonna go off into a tangent. But let me tell you,
No, I was talking about.
if we did do it, what business of it is yours?
It's not.
Yo,
gonna
can we-
be the motto.
Let's talk about Kanye for a second.
Tell us.
You know?
Play with me.
Now let me ask you this. You seem to like Kanye more than any of us. You seem more particularly to have a particular interest in Kanye. So can I ask you, are you like a Kanye fan? Do you have a like affection or you like Kanye?
No, I don't particularly like him at all. I mean,
I wouldn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think you seem to like him.
No. I just don't think he's contrived. I think he's a megalomaniac to a certain extent, and I don't think he's a globalist. I don't think he wants to control the world. I don't think he wants to. I do think he genuinely would rather have I think he'd rather sell himself out than he would sell out his people. I don't think
his people?
I don't think he'd sell out black people.
Stop it.
I don't think he would.
I
don't know. I mean, I don't know how that scenario would even manifest himself. Wait, Kanye West, Kanye West, are the black people in that basement? All right. So this is even to say the word sell out and black people is a big statement to say that. What I mean is, I think he would go with his principle rather than before he goes with the money. and I think he just happened to be lucky enough to get the money quicker. He got the money quick. But I think if it came between losing money and saying something that was just on
There's no way he can lose
script.
money now. Where he's gonna stop getting it's too late. It's too late. You see what you have to understand is when you're at this level,
The IRS can
their
get
money.
anybody.
No.
What?
The IRS can get anybody. I would say the federal government could. Yes, the federal government, IRS.
IRS works outside of them even. It's even
because there's a guy, one of these mafioso
not
guys.
excuse me, the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, they took 10 years away, but he had to give up his money in the offshore. His offshore money he had to give up, which was like 20 mil. Franzese, his name is. You know Franzese? He's the guy he made all the millions of dollars with the gas. He would come up with a trailer. He would have a nice F-150, and in the back of the F-150 was a trailer. And he would drive to the gas station, and the part that they disconnect, someone would be in the trailer with a high-powered pump, and they would just stuff it down into the gas and suck it up into their pumps, and they were able to drive to a gas station, take up all the gas out of the pump, out of the well in the ground, and then drive off, all done in 30, 40 seconds. And he made like $30 million a month or something. Dude, this is crazy. And then he was just selling it back to the people. The guy is just crazy. But anyway, I digress. You're not too into Kanye West. I think he's a beta male, and I have no respect for men. I also think he's a sexual deviant.
It's like,
I think he's a sexual deviant.
I think it's a bit much.
And I can't respect these men. These people, I don't want them to have power. I don't want them to
why
have
do you think
sex.
he's a sexual deviant?
Oh no, because
you think he's a sexual deviant?
He's a sexual deviant.
He's I don't know if he's a sexual deviant, but
Let's define deviant.
Well,
yeah. What do we mean by that? Why do you think
Sexual
he's a sexual
deviant is something you would never, ever want no one to see you do. In that privacy of your freakdom. In your freaking moment. When you there in that place, I think he can go to that place quite often, way too many times, and he never gets over it. See, a sexual deviant, they are sexual deviants throughout their life. It ain't like when you have that testosterone and that bravado and you fucking a lot and you're meeting girls, you at the club, That's different. The sexual deviant that Kanye West is the guy who not only when he's young participates, as he grows older, he still participates, and he'll never get out of it.
Now, do we know some anecdotes about this before we start getting live
everything is anecdotal. I have no studies here.
That Kanye West that did some stuff when he was younger. Before we get in trouble.
No. What I'm saying to you is this is not. Oh, okay. Because I would say, listen to me like this. The wife that he chose to marry was divorced by a husband that she had previous to him that was taking her to sex clubs. So you got a wife that's into sex clubs.
That's weird for a wife. That's weird that you would want that in a wife.
Why would you want that in a wife?
That's weird.
Because your limitations are beyond the average testosterone, the average bravado. Your limitations now are you're at a whole nother level. And that doesn't go away.
See, I mean, the thing is, whether it may not be something that I do, but I say, what's the limitation? Who sets that limitation? If he's
morality. Morality sets that limitation. Morality sets that limitation.
So we have morality, but to what extent? I mean, so in other words, it's we have some transgression that'd be like, okay, well, that's going outside of morality.
It shouldn't be sex clubs after marriage. I think that's.
I mean, I don't think that's a wifely woman that does that. So.
No,
yeah, exactly.
What about the man that's aware of this woman and marries her, puts babies in her, and then gets mad at that person for not changing?
But Grant, all right, remember what Kanye West said in the last video we watched, and he said he's the kind of guy that would just fall for a girl, want to buy her a house, want to buy all this stuff, on the dream channels. So it's not even. I think he gets that kind of intense love a lot, and I think he conflates that intense attraction as intense love. That's what, because he was talking about how he loves to just buy a girl a house, and that's crazy to do for a girl you're not intensely in love with, no matter how rich you are.
Right.
Like, even though that's still crazy to do.
It's sucker
Because
shit. It's beta. All
I think
these
he put it
men.
out there, but I don't know if he.
I think Beta.
Yeah, he did do that.
Yeah,
my
but
my
Beta
wife
said
told me that he bought some chick that he just met all these Birkin bags and publicly was like trying to compete with her and his wife. It's like,
That's
what?
crazy. Yeah.
What? I can't respect a man like
He
that.
feels different. He feels like
No,
he
he's a
feels-
sucker. He's a beta. He's a bitch ass nigga. Is what he is, and he got a lot of money, and he spoil you, and he don't give a fuck.
Oh no, I don't agree with his behavior. I don't agree with his behavior, and I don't condone his behavior. And if he was my son, I'd have an issue with his behavior.
Right.
I'm not saying that, but I'm not calling him. Maybe I don't see him as.
I'm sorry for the ad hominems over here.
No, that's
You know, like I don't like to go there, but like I told you, I didn't even want to click on this man today. I'm so over this dude. Like, stop it. But I see it's Pierce Morgan. He's making that money.
Yeah.
He's putting out them clips.
Yeah, maybe I'm not understanding that I do have some kind of fandom for him, because it's not even that I even love his music or something that. But I find like I see myself even prepared to defend him for things that I definitely would be critical of other people for. Like, buying someone a house, even something that's relative to a regular person's income, to a house with a richer person's income, just some extravagant gift. I would be like, what was the purpose for that? Is that something for you and your future? I don't know. But let me
say, you know, Instagram, not Instagram. First it was Instagram models. After Instagram models, it's now OnlyFans girls. These OnlyFans girls are supporting them. So some of them are making, one of them has been $1 million, 20 million a year or $1 million a month. These women, who you think is paying for that, bro? Kanye West's are paying for that.
No.
With their $5 and their $10 a month, because that's all it takes. Is you have different tiers. Certain tiers you're allowed to see more than the last one. This is how they're making money from dudes with the same kind of sexual deviantness that these they're betas. They're willing to do and say whatever they gotta do and say to get the girl.
But I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You know what I was about to say? There's reasons to agree with what you're saying about his sexual nature, his sexual weakness, but this is not where we're looking at him for. But I think sometimes, and a lot of folks are kind of like that, if there's something that stands out that rubs you the wrong about the person, you could shut them out, and everything else they gotta say is voided.
Gotcha.
And
You only
so
see that part.
you only see that part. And I think we kind of so when it comes to Kanye or Ye, this could come back up. But I'm not ready because of that to say that, everything else he's saying is completely asinine. There's something to be said about when you have the 4th president, 45th, what was Trump?
45th.
You get him taken off social media. You get Andrew Tate taken off social media.
But you think Kanye West got him taken off social media?
No.
I'm saying just the fact that they have been.
Those guys been
Oh,
taken off.
gotcha.
And then he's able to be here saying these things more inflammatory, sort of quote unquote, more inflammatory in a more direct way than anybody has been saying. And he's still going on, and you have this dribbling of this thing. This is the same interview, but they give me little pieces. So
Right.
every new day there's a little new clip.
Exactly.
Of this thing. So this is being dragged on for our purposes and how we react to it and what we really think about it. I can't really say what's really happening with that, but I know his money is not keeping him on these platforms. So it's like, if that's the case, if you were to 40, and his popularity is not keeping him on the platform. Because Trump had that popularity. Trump also
Actually, that's a good point. That's a great
Trump
point.
also had the money and stuff like that, and he probably had more connections.
Of course.
But he's still, but somehow he's there, and this is going on.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's still
he-
2023. It's 2022 still.
No. So the thing is, this is being played out for a reason. I mean, so it's like, who is he reaching? Who's really watching Kanye?
I know,
You know?
exactly.
Who's really
And that's what I was
watching?
going to say.
You were gonna say that when I said don't say it. Let me press record. We were talking for 10 minutes.
Oh
Before
yeah, I was
So
thinking
go
about
ahead.
the whole. As soon as we brought in Kanye, and I feel like the whole thing we were trying to figure out, why is Kanye uncancelable? Why does Kanye provide so much value? Why is Kanye so salacious and yet so accepted? and so he's like a mainstay in he's a mainstay in Opa.
Don't say it. Because the bottle was so cold when you.
That's crazy that just
Damn, this is
a
brand
bottle
new.
just popped
It's
open,
heavy.
just randomly, just
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
nowhere.
That's because it was in
They knew we were about to
it
talk
was in
about
the
something
freezer,
interesting.
and then it gets it hit room
The
temperature.
spirit came out.
Boom.
The spirit
The
came out.
spirit came out of this.
So when I think
Who's
about
floating in
Kanye's,
here? Who's floating in here?
so when I'm thinking about what Kanye's value is, the first thing I thought when I stepped into the door was what Kanye has the chance to alter, what Kanye has a chance to adjust is the 2024 election. And who Kanye has the chance to influence is black Republicans or black people who are uninfluenced or unenamored with the liberal party.
Right.
Look at us. We talk about, I think personally, I don't know about, would you vote Kanye over Trump on the Republican ballot if you had to pick Kanye or Trump?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't vote.
Well, that's interesting.
And you know, I'm with Mo Facts. I ain't voting.
Well, actually,
That's
okay.
if they-
I also wouldn't vote.
Yeah.
But I know what.
But
So
I didn't put the pick-
I assumed he voted.
Yeah, Mo Facts.
I assume
Mo
the
Facts
doctor
is
voted
very
outside.
into Kanye West. And I've listened to that Kanye West thing that he has twice. We talking about, I spent 6-7 hours of my life to try to agree with Mo Facts. That's how much respect I have for him. But I have to tell you, I can't get over the choice of women that he chooses, you know? Like, if your wife is important. Your wife is important. The wife that you choose is important. You cannot take that lightly.
Well,
You
that-
can't
no.
go with no bad B. You can't go with no big butt. You can't.
That's the new ideal woman.
No,
That's the
it's
new
not.
ideal-
Still.
That's the new. That's not the ideal woman to me. That's not the ideal woman to reasonable people. The same way you see how society is kind of almost moving past us. We're at different ages, but we still we almost have a certain commonality in some of our traditions, and I would feel some stuff should go in houses. What would be right? We agree on like a lot of stuff. How a home should be, and we want a family. We want the father, a paternal influence in the house, and you want like a paternal person. Anyway. So, where's the last thing I was starting with?
Well, you were saying how Kanye West is. We were talking about wives and how important wives
Yes,
are.
gotcha. So we all have that same understanding and how important these the wives are with these certain characteristics, these certain qualities, even a certain aesthetic. We kind of all are against that kind of the kind of stupid, the insanely big butt that just looks idiotic. The Kim Kardashian butts. We would bang them, but we
I
wouldn't
wouldn't.
vote. Huh?
I wouldn't bang
That's
Kim
come on,
Kardashian.
you're lying.
Are you kidding?
You-
No, I'm not
even
lying.
gonna- I'm not listening. If you're not
let
gonna
me
be
tell
real
you.
with me, I'm not gonna be real with you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be real
I've
with
been
you.
saying no. I've been
Alright,
saying no to pussy
whatever.
since I was
Should we not
14,
do this?
15 years old.
Okay.
I was
Alright,
like, nah,
whatever.
I'm good.
Whatever you say.
So you don't
Alright.
believe that's gonna happen?
I'm not saying it's because she's Kim Kardashian. I'm saying because she's just not a gross-looking woman.
You
There's nothing
saying,
to do with her being
yeah,
Kim
forget about her.
Kardashian.
If this chick I met at the club and wanted to go into the bathroom, would I follow her into the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I would follow her into the bathroom.
All right.
Would I smash? No.
What do you talk? So what does follow her in the bathroom entail?
Yeah, but what did it entail? Me putting in any work. That's what it would entail.
So
She would have to express what all her life has taken her and gotten her to. Let's make this quick. I got shit to do. That's a fact.
I think
That's a fact.
I have an idea of what you were saying.
I understand.
I
That's a
think
fact.
the comments have an idea of what
That's a
you're
fact.
saying.
That's a fact.
It's like-
Well, no, that's a fact.
I like that.
But all right. So you assume you wouldn't. Okay, let's assume that I believe you that you wouldn't bang Kim Kardashian.
Oh no, not even her. The style of her.
The midget with the crazy butt.
What even the style, her everything, everything that she represents, that look, I'm not attracted to at all.
Yeah, but that's like someone you're gonna date. I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying. I would go into a public bathroom. Yes.
Yeah.
I would relieve myself like a dog.
So you're saying
in a public bathroom.
Gotcha.
I
So,
wouldn't
yeah.
go any further. If we had to go, if she was like, well, listen, I'm not going into the public bathroom with you, but what you can do is I'll leave your name with my doorman and then you come up to my place and we'll chill. No. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, I understand. Where
I
you're
would
coming
say
from.
no thank you. I'm good.
I think we have somewhat of an agreement on that. We would never have the same love or reverence that Kanye West has for Kim Kardashian type woman. I think we're in agreement with that.
Right.
I think that what he's building up and what society is building up, I now society, that's kind of a vague thing, but I don't want to use the word trashy as a negative connotation, because you can take one person's trashy as another one's sassy. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get
that. It's more so. I think the idea of Kanye West is building up is being followed. The little crazy dumb butt that the Nicki Minaj is beautiful to people somehow. What's it called?
You know, I get it. All those girls are single though.
But
every girl like that I see is single.
It doesn't, but she still has a power of. They have the power of Cleopatra's. That's what Kanye West looked at Kim Kardashian as Cleopatra. So they looked at people who are run through men. They have the power of men. They recycle men. Men don't necessarily recycle them. Kanye West is building that up. And now I don't know if that's a deliberate. I don't know. I don't know.
Now we get into some other conversations where, but it's okay. But because for some reason we keep on seeing this type of stuff. So why do we see that? This thing about several, women of celebrity status are cycling through men, and we're seeing that and we're hearing it. It's like a ongoing news, but that's not what's happening out in the real world. But the real world is watching that, and they're going to start to reflect that. So we keep getting these things, and we allow this stuff to kind of happen.
That's a point of propaganda.
It is. And the thing is, it's all those things that we see on a regular basis, not like by mistake. Now, for some reason, I just lost track of what we were talking about.
That's been happening a lot today for all of us.
What was that?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
No, our topic was, you said something, you both guys said something that was kind of like interesting, that I was going to refer on.
Kim Kardashian as an image of a
Cleopatra. It's just about the women in general, and a lot of times us as guys, it's rampant amongst men and women that we just don't know what we're supposed to be looking for. And then a lot of folks and I think if people got
that's so true though, what you're saying.
So men, when they go for them and they don't know what they're really trying to find, they've been sold on that idea that you want this type of chick. Right now, that type of chick is what we're describing, what Kanye West is pushing up. This kind of like this, kind of light skin, Arabic kind, exotic person who's like filled out like a black girl.
Yeah, there's a YouTuber that was referred to as a woman with no color.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can't remember her name. Cynthia G, I think.
So they have enhanced with with the Botox for the lips and the breasts and the butt and stuff like that. So it's kind of like so it's like a black girl. So this is what keeps happening.
You see my wife. Mm-hmm. I picked her because I liked her lips. One of the number one attributes she has, what they're all trying to achieve, is these cock-sucking, fuck my face lips. The black woman already got that. That's who my wife is. She don't need any collagen. But her sister, younger than her, does have collagen because she's part of this world right now. She doesn't need it. She doesn't have as full lips as her sister, my wife, but she fell for it because she's 11 years younger. So
she got caught in that
way. Huh? So you feel like the contrived, the bow tie.
No. Now it's up to a new height. Now it's like a new height. And
3.0.
It's that look that everybody's trying to have. You go through like all these are looking the same way, down to even the hairstyle and so on and so forth. Or even some black women are kind of like referring to trying to get that as their look, with the hair. And so now it's interesting because we have a wave of black women who's trying to do the same thing. So now they're overblown. So
but here's the thing, they're overblown. Sorry for cutting you off. They're overblown because we're overly sexualized. This is a woman who was in and out of sex clubs. So she needed to walk in the room and stand out with the dick sucking lips. So my point is, now like my wife's sister got caught in that wave. And they're all these girls are getting their lips done that don't need their lips done because they're they're overly sexualized right now. The world is not promoting family; they're promoting sex. And when I was coming up, it was a lot of sex going on.
Mm-hmm.
When I was coming up, it was a lot of sex going on. It just was underground. You went to different spots. Now everything is at your fingertips. You can find something. You
That's
can
the
find
breakdown.
it. You can,
That's the
yeah, and
breakdown.
these women, I think the women are under the spell of these other women that are saying they're being propped up by the world to say this is what beauty is.
Well, the Kanye West is showing that this is the new Cleopatra, Kanye West.
I don't
And
care.
even Beyonce even has she's a
care.
little more elongated, but she has that kind of doofy butt with the
But
the
that-
thigh cap. It doesn't make sense.
But that,
Beyonce.
Hush your mouth.
you know those
Oh,
things.
what?
Don't you talk about Beyonce on this platform. We don't need no beef from the Beehive. These guys have no social media. Don't talk about Beyonce. All right.
She just-
First of all,
her butt is doofy.
no. Don't talk about Beyonce. Seriously. Beyonce, don't talk about Beyonce in this show. No. Seriously. I'm real serious right now. We love you, B. We don't want no smoke. All right, we're gonna say goodnight on that note.
You hear that?
Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. I am here, and I know the rules of these YouTube streets. You understand? This guy, no social media, no social media. Y'all better stop.
You say y'all. I said, bro.
Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. I am here, and I am out, and I love you, and you know that.
I'm not afraid of the BF. I'm Ulric. Peace.
And we got the people's doctor. Come on,
I'm right here, the people's doctor. I'm here.
Doctor Surgeon. Thank you. Boom.
Are you gonna edit out the Beyonce
No,
criticism?
hell no. That was